Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a mystery thriller series called American Horror Stories Bestie from 2023. Enjoy your viewing. A young girl was not very popular at school and faced constant ridicule. When she met a strange woman on social media who wanted to become her friend, her life changed dramatically. This strange event took place in a Colombian high school during a performance of Macbeth, when 3 students playing witches were poisoned by a prop potion from a large boiling cauldron. However, this story began 3 months ago when Guy Brubaker, who lost his wife to pancreatic cancer, moved to the neighborhood. The film also shows his daughter Shelby, who is a fan of the eccentric blogger Anorexia. In a new school, during a singing lesson, Shelby becomes the object of ridicule by a popular girl, Chaslin, because of her unattractive appearance, and the new girl responds in kind. As a result, the student finds herself in the office of the music teacher, Mr. Nevins. However, instead of punishing her, he says that he knew her mother, with whom they used to sing in the choir. He also says that he himself had recently experienced the loss of a loved one when his newborn child died in childbirth, so he understands the girl's condition, but asks her to try to be more reserved. In the hallway, Chaslin explains to the new girl that they were laughing at her hair color and glasses, which make her look like a grandmother. At home, the father suggests that Shelby act in a school play, remembering her role last year at her previous school. However, he only makes his daughter furious. In the room, the girl is watching her favorite blogger, Anna, again, who talks about how she was afraid of her anorexia at first, but then tamed that fear and made it her identity. After that, the girl notices that another stream viewer with the nickname Best Friend Forever is trying to contact her in a chat. The fans of anorexia chat for a while, after which the stranger offers the girl to chat via video, warning that she looks quite strange. Shelby agrees and sees a terrifying woman in a wig on the screen. However, she is relieved when they both agree that their parents are bad people. It also turns out that they both like the same musical. Eventually, the stranger suggests that they come up with friendly nicknames. She will call herself Bestie, and Shelby will call herself Shelly Belly. That's how they become friends. One day, Shelby puts on makeup like anorexia, and her friend advises her to go to school tomorrow in this form. The girl objects because she is afraid of being judged, but the woman asks her to at least put on some eyeliner, recalling the words of their favorite blogger that fears should be tamed. In the end, the makeup gives the student confidence, and the boys take notice of her, and Mr. Nevins includes her in the school's production of Macbeth. Only Chaslin still tries to insult the new girl, but quickly receives insults in return. Shelby shares what happened at school with her friend, and she tells her about how she played a prank on her father by stealing his wallet, and he spent the whole morning looking for it. The woman advises the girl to do something similar, and Shelly Belly, remembering that their parents are bad, decides to steal her mother's cup, which Guy valued very much, and therefore spent a long time looking for it before work. However, her friend suggests that Shelly go ahead and break the cup. When she says that it is precious to her father, the woman is indignant and says that her father values an object from the past more than his daughter. Shelby succumbs to the manipulation and breaks the cup, after which she decides to ask her friend about her appearance. The woman tells her that she is an adopted daughter, and her real mother most likely took illegal substances during pregnancy, which affected the child's health. So now her friend does not go out, although sometimes she dreams of living a normal life. Listening to this story, Shelby decides to become her avatar and do everything for her that she would like to do herself. So the girl begins to do petty pranks. She steals cookies from a store and throws eggs at neighboring houses, while increasingly distancing herself from her father. Her friend also refuses Shelby a role in the school's production of Macbeth, claiming that it is not her level. This makes Mr. Nevins very upset. However, the student herself still indirectly participates in the performance by poisoning Chaslin with a fake potion. As she flees the crime scene, her friend asks to see the police mess, calling Mr. Nevins a fool. The only thing the woman still regrets is that she will not be able to participate in the upcoming Halloween. However, even here, Shelby promises to become her avatar. Then her friend has another mean trick, and as a result, the girl comes to school, pretending to be his dead child for the music teacher. This upsets Mr. Nevins very much. At home, the shocked father locks his daughter in the basement and takes away her smartphone, saying that something is wrong with her. Shelby notices a box of her mother's belongings, among which she finds an old laptop, and contacts Bestie. The woman, having understood the situation, says that the girl needs to somehow get out of the basement, for example, break her arm so that her father can take her to the hospital. Shelby replies that this is too much, for which her friend calls her a coward and assures her that she would do anything for friendship. In the end, the girl gives in, and after clamping her arm in a vice on the woman's advice, She hits it with a hammer and suffers an open fracture. Shelby ends up in the hospital, after which she tells the school counselor about the incident and gives her father a cup that matches her mother's. However, she is unable to reconcile with Mr. Nevins, as he has decided to take a break from work until the end of the semester. But her friend hasn't gone away, and she starts attacking Shelby with messages again. However, the girl's panic is interrupted by a guy with whom she sang in the same choir. The young man introduces himself as River and wants to sign the student's cast as a friend. The girl accidentally finds out that he is also a fan of anorexia. The friends say goodbye, and Shelby unexpectedly receives a message from someone who knows about the poison potion and suggests that they meet tomorrow in the assembly hall. When they arrive at the meeting place, it turns out that the SMS was written by River, who was backstage on the day of the premiere. However, he is not going to set up his new friend, because he himself has always been a victim of insults after a complicated heart surgery, as a result of which his rectum was brought out. The guy says they are friends now and suggests they go out together. While the girl's friend continues to attack her with threats, River and Shelby begin to spend time together. One day they bring the entire choir to Mr. Nevins's house, after which he returns to school and puts on a new musical, in which this time Chaslin is not included. The friends also watch Anorexia's streams together, where her friend still writes to her in the comments. Closer to graduation, Mr. Nevins praises the girl for her good grades. The girl tells him and her father that she will go to the same college as River, because now he is her favorite person. At the library, Shelby tells her boyfriend that she told her father about them, and River notices a message from her friend on the girl's laptop. The girl explains that it's her ex-friend with a disability, whom she feels sorry for, but she's too angry. The boy easily blocks the strange person on all devices and invites Shelby to visit a cool place with him tonight. In the evening, they drive in a van far out of town to a village where, according to River, a surprise awaits the girl. The couple enters one of the houses, which looks quite old inside, and there is also a system with some kind of liquid and equipment for filming a stream or video. Suddenly, the same bestie comes down to them and greets Shelby, while River uses his knife. After that, he tells the woman that he did everything to prove his friendship, and she calls him her best friend, and they leave the building holding hands to breathe in the evening fresh air. This is how this American horror story ends. This movie teaches us all that we need to be very careful when you meet people who behave strangely and try to manipulate you. You need to end the conversation with such strange people right away and not talk to them again. Although this is just an ordinary series, there are a lot of such cases in life. So I ask you to be careful and take care of yourself and your loved ones so that you do not end up as the main actor of a similar movie, only in real life. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klontsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.